New details are emerging about Elon Musk's plan that will likely take Dogecoin into an entirely different level, and as that starts to come out, it comes at a time when we have seen Dogecoin going down a significant amount in the last week, especially a huge drop. My crypto holdings, especially with Dogecoin, have gone down massively. I did sell some cryptocurrencies, which I posted about on Patreon, and I'm continuing to hold the vast majority of my currency as well. I have not sold a single Doge, and part of that is because the future is still extremely bright for Dogecoin. And as we look at this plan from Elon Musk, we're also seeing the entire market of cryptocurrency going down approximately 1.7% in the last 24 hours. So the bleeding has stopped a bit when it comes to this crypto drop. It is not nearly on the same level that it was in the previous 24-hour period before this, with Bitcoin 1.42% up actually. Dogecoin, on the other hand, has gone up 3.84%. So Dogecoin in the last 24 hours, one of the biggest gainers. It did fall a little bit more. And by a little bit, I mean a significant amount more than the other cryptocurrencies at the top over that big drop that we saw. And now it's starting to recover some of that at a faster pace than the other cryptocurrencies, which are either still continuing to go down, like this one, for example, right here, which is Polkadot, down 8%, while Dogecoin, now look at that, Dogecoin's continuing to climb even more as we're on the live right now. So make sure, go down there, press like on this video, because this is an extremely positive video. Despite all the negatives that we've seen in the backdrop of this, there's still a ton of positives to talk about. And let's jump right into that. Without further ado, Elon Musk is planning some really big things. Some of them are going to directly help Dogecoin, and some of them are not going to directly help it, but will indirectly make some massive moves happen for Dogecoin. And this article just coming out, Elon Musk's SpaceX could offer global, and I'll explain why this is so important for Dogecoin in a second here, could offer global Starlink satellite internet coverage by September, its president says. And by the way, I do have a link to Webull right down there. If you want to get free stock right now, now is definitely a good time while cryptocurrency is lower, while Dogecoin is lower. What you can do if you want is go use that Webull stock link right down there. You can get your free stocks, and then you can use those. You can sell them and then buy Dogecoin with it now that Dogecoin is on Webull. It's a win-win situation for everyone in the Dogecoin community. You get free money, more Dogecoin goes up. I like the sound of that, so Webull link right down there. But Elon Musk's SpaceX could offer global Starlink satellite internet coverage by September. And here are some of the stats around that. So currently they have approximately 1,800 satellites in orbit. 1,800 is a lot, but it's nothing compared to what they're going to do. And the reason why September is being targeted is because those 1,800 satellites have to first get into the correct position in orbit in order for that internet coverage to be full and covering everything in the planet. So it's not there yet, and the reason why they're doing more satellites is so that internet coverage can get better, faster, and it can go to more places around the globe at the same time simultaneously. But that's very exciting. September, not even that far from now. So very soon, we're going to see a massive increase. We also know Elon Musk's stock, Starlink stock, which is definitely one of the biggest stocks tied to Elon right now that's going to be IPOing soon. I will let you know as quickly as I possibly can all of the big updates with that. And when it comes to us, when we can actually buy Starlink stock, you're going to want to be subscribing with notifications on, because when I make the video, Starlink stock is about to IPO. Starlink stock just IPO'd. That will give all of us an opportunity to invest in Elon Musk company early, just like we could have with Tesla if we had known about it ahead of time. This time, it's going to be an extremely exciting IPO. And Elon did say it's going to come the second they can predict profits, with the satellites being in position and going to be in by September with this big new update. It should not happen too much longer from now. It should be soon. But it costs $99 for the deposit, $499 for the actual, or $99 monthly, $499 for the deposit, and they're going to put up as many as 42,000 satellites, which is just insane. 42,000 Starlink satellites. Think about that massive number all flying around. And here's where this really starts to help Dogecoin. Because when you think Final Stand Show, think stats and numbers and all of the analytics behind it, because I will go to the ends of Google to find every single bit of information I possibly can. The research is not completed until we have a good idea of where things are going, no matter whether we're talking about Dogecoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of that stuff. 85% right now of Americans have access to the internet. You would think would actually be a little bit higher than that, right? But 85%, meaning 15% don't. Most of those people are older. And as we see more younger people getting older and more older people moving on, then we're going to see more people and more people coming into the internet. And right now, approximately 46 million Americans or so own cryptocurrency. It's probably a little bit less than that right now after this dip. Some people probably completely liquidated and got all the way out of crypto, or if they're just holding a tiny amount, it's kind of hard to say they really own it. But technically, 46 million, a lot of them are very small holders, so it's really less than that really when you actually think about the impact of it. And then all of them are going to soon have access to faster internet. That's also another thing. Of those 86%, 85% I mean, who have internet access, a lot of it is extremely slow. And a lot of it is location specific to the house. So if you go out somewhere, you may not have access to that same internet. You may not have cell service. So that's going to change life drastically. And cryptocurrency, we're about to talk about how that could benefit it and cause Dogecoin to go to some insane new heights. 65% approximately of the entire earth has access to internet. That's where the real advantage is. 35% of people can't even access cryptocurrency whatsoever. And of those 65%, most of them don't even have fast enough internet access for it to be worthwhile. So that's a huge amount of people that don't even have the ability to buy crypto, but could benefit massively from it moving forward. And Dogecoin is in a prime position. Because Elon Musk is the one that is pushing this forward, and because he loves Dogecoin so much, I would not be surprised at all. He's already tweeted out hints in the past about satellites and integrating them with Dogecoin. He's tweeted out things talking about how Dogecoin is going to be going to the moon, taking over the entire global financial system. So many fun things, but also he's being serious about it too. Elon Musk just recently responded to a tweet. This was only a matter of hours ago. He responded to a tweet from one of the Dogecoin developers, Ross. And Ross Nichols said, "I've heard some people who are skeptical about the fee reduction, so I will be doing a full run-through live on the Dogecoin testnet." So he's going to be doing a run-through. We'll definitely be talking about that soon. Elon Musk says this is an important improvement. So he's not just only in it for the fun and the memes, he's also taking it very seriously in terms of actually making Dogecoin better and integrating all these things that are coming. So if you think for a second that the man who's literally going to transform the entire course of the internet's history and give access to people who have never had it before, he loves Dogecoin this much, he's actively participating. He's also talking with the Dogecoin devs behind the scenes. Dogecoin right now, one of the most underrated cryptos once again. It was toward the top for a little bit there. It has fallen some right now because people are not having access to this information. The best thing we can do right now, if all of us go down there and press like on this video, let's get every single person to go down there and tap like one time on this video. Seriously, let's get 100% participation, which is impossible. But if we set a high goal like that, then maybe we can get a lot of us to do it. Let's see if we can get. How many likes are we at right now? Around 500? I feel like we can easily get to 1,000. That's not even going to be difficult because it's in all of our best interest, especially if you hold Dogecoin right now. You could do one thing that takes you 1 second. It's extremely difficult. Press the like button. It takes you 1 second. If we all do it, it really will make a drastic difference because most people don't have access to this information who need to have access to it. And Webull. Other stock exchanges, we will link right on there, other stock exchange links down there who now have Dogecoin. That's going to be a big advantage as well because they're going to start advertising in other countries, especially as internet access starts to broaden. The same models they used in the US to get more people on board with their companies, they can use that same exact thing to get more people on board in other countries as well. It's going to make a drastic difference. And of course, it wouldn't be a final stand show. It wouldn't be the Matt Wallace final stand show if we didn't have a graph, charts. I try to find the most visual things I possibly can. Visually looking at stuff is way more fun than just hearing numbers and stuff like that. Here is an awesome map that shows very important the amount of cryptocurrency users on each continent. 28 million approximately in the United States. And remember, this is also from a few months ago, so it could actually be around exactly where it is now. It could also be a little bit lower. It's kind of hard to know for sure, but really the percentages are what we want to be looking at mostly here. It's somewhere around this number. 28 million Americans, North American, 28 million, South America, 24 million, Africa, 32 million, Europe, 38 million, Asia, 160 million, and of course, going down there to Australia, which they called Oceania, 1 million, so way smaller amount there in Australia, but we have seen the numbers, especially when it comes to Asia, going up drastically. A lot of those are in India, actually. A very small percentage of the amount of people who own cryptocurrency in Asia are in China. In Hong Kong, approximately 3% own cryptocurrency and actually use it and trade with it. 3%. That's almost nothing. So the fact that China has this big of a sway on the market is, I think, overrated. They shouldn't have this big of a pull. Technically, yes, a lot of mining is there, but as that mining starts to move out, China's grasp on the market will continue to go down and down and down, and they are willing to sacrifice economic success when it comes to cryptocurrency and how it would really help their country moving forward in order to have more control. That's the type of government that is willing to sacrifice good for control. Why? Why in the world are you doing that? I mean, I kind of get it. You want to make more money. You want to have more control if you're a government official, but it's not the best course for the people. And I feel like at some point in time, the people are going to say, you know what? We don't like this. Maybe we're going to do something like vote someone out in this way or come together and do a peaceful organization. I don't know. I don't want to be starting anything too crazy right now, but I will say I don't think people in China necessarily are enjoying the fact they don't have access to cryptocurrency the same as the rest of the world, when crypto is going to definitely change life for a lot of people in a lot of countries. It's going to be similar to the oil boom. It will change life. And I know, I get it. We're in the face of a big drop right now, so we're not going to be overly optimistic. We're going to continue to acknowledge how bad of a week it has been, while also simultaneously talking about how bright the future is. And now this could be an opportunity right now to get the future cryptocurrencies of Earth, Dogecoin most likely included in that, at a discounted price of what they were before. Can it continue to drop? Of course it can, if we see bad news or if we see whales starting to sell. So don't think we're at the bottom 100%, but it did do exactly what I was predicting on the downside prediction. I had an upside prediction and a downside prediction. My downside was it would go to around 15 cents, bounce back up. It's exactly what it did. In this live, I feel like we have so much good stuff here to talk about, so many interesting things, and we've already gotten so far into this with a lot to talk about. If Doge ever went to $10, $20, $30, etc., would that be bad if we used it as a normal currency? Now, I do see what you're saying. Would it be bad? And you'd have to just continue lowering the transaction fees in order for that to work. But it is possible for us to see $10, $20, $30, $69 at some point within our lifetimes. As crazy as that sounds, just think about it. If it goes up an average of 10% per year, if it goes up an average of $1 per year, if we see those big numbers throughout our entire lifetimes, if you're younger right now, you can say $69 Dogecoin. It's extremely difficult to do. It does require a lot of things to go right, but with this many people getting access to the internet. And also, one other thing to keep in mind is that $69 Dogecoin does not necessarily mean $69 having the same exact weight that it has now. You won't be able to buy as much with $69 50 years from now, because the inflation of the US dollar is going to cause the value of each dollar to go down. So Dogecoin can be worth $69, but it will be able to buy less than $69 now. Nonetheless, though, will still be significantly higher than it was before. So that target is not actually as unrealistic as a lot of people think. It is possible for Dogecoin to do that, and if things go right, then we will, of course, hopefully see that happening. Over 300 million worldwide currently are users, and here's another interesting thing. A group of stats here: 79% male, 21% female, which is going to change into the future. We're going to see way more of people of all genders, meaning more females, more males coming into Dogecoin. Females and males. Right now, there's a big difference right there. But why? There doesn't need to be. We're going to see more females coming in, causing the price of cryptocurrency to go up. Men and women can both have that same exact advantage from cryptocurrency, which is great to see. 58% are aged under 34. 82% have a bachelor's degree or higher. Two very important stats there. So most people right now, also 36% have an annual income over 100K. So we are seeing normally more successful individuals looking at cryptocurrency. We are seeing people who have a history of doing this or that, and most of them younger as well. So it's really interesting as you start to look at that, why we're seeing that. And generally speaking, when you see that happening, it's going to then be followed by a lot more people. The trendsetters are often the young people in society. That's just kind of the way it works. India, 100 million. USA, 27 million. Nigeria, 13 million. India, by the way, we need to be paying more attention to India overall, because there's so many people in India right now that are using cryptocurrency. The average amount per person is significantly smaller, though. Another thing to keep in mind. So I think the USA is still by far the biggest influence on the market of cryptocurrency. And the people in the USA, the people who are influencers and celebrities, have still the biggest pull. But that's not to discount by any means the fact that India does have a big amount of pull as well. But Crypto Strategist says Bitcoin pullback is shaking out investors who have paper hands. Oh no, the paper hands people. If you have paper hands, then you dip them in water and your hands fall apart. Oh no, that's not good. You don't want your hands to fall apart. The paper hands people are, of course, coming out of Dogecoin. A lot of people who are maybe not going to be steady over time are coming out. Will they come back in? A lot of them will. But at the same time, it's going to kind of shake out some of the people who cause more of the downward action and have more people who are in it for the long haul staying in it. Could be a healthy thing in terms of the long-term future, but definitely a very bad thing in the short term. There's no question at all about that. But we are seeing a lot of big companies. MicroStrategy is one of them. They have a market cap for approximately $5 billion as a company. So it's big. It's not necessarily crazy big, but it is still pretty dang big. Now they have 105,000 Bitcoin, which is a lot, right? And just the publicity alone that MicroStrategy has gotten. MicroStrategy, by the way, a a company that provides business intelligence, mobile software, and cloud-based services, founded in 1989 by Michael J. Saylor. Imagine that, 1800s. Wow, way ahead of its time. Congratulations, Michael J. Saylor, coming in the 1800s and founding that. You did a great job, man. But no, 1989 by Michael J. Saylor. And so the amount of publicity they've gotten is just insane. This stock over the last year has gone on a pretty wild ride, going up as high as around 1,500, close to. Not quite there, a little bit lower than that. And now it's at around 500, so it has fallen back down some. Some people saying that Bitcoin, the price of it, is going to have a big sway on what happens with MicroStrategy stock. Not so much. I mean, to some degree it will, but currently they only have, I believe, somewhere around 10% or so of their entire market cap as a company in cryptocurrency. So 10% not going to have that crazy big of an impact on it. What will really have an impact, though, most likely is the publicity they're getting. So it's such a smart move to be investing in cryptocurrency as a company and get all that free publicity. So make sure, whatever the heck you do, come subscribe to this channel. We have a lot of information here, a lot of facts, a lot of numbers, a lot of stats. This is the place to be. And if you want to get your free stock, multiple of them, depending on the deal they're doing right now, you can go right down there to Webull and use those free stocks to then get Dogecoin, and that's a W right there. Anyway, I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.